Black women seek grief support. Discover how my personal journey led to the creation of inclusive grief support spaces for women of color, as we navigate grief and find comfort in shared experiences. Grief is a journey that knows no boundaries, yet for many Black women, finding a supportive space to navigate their grief can be a daunting task. When my mother passed away in 2018, I embarked on my journey of seeking support, only to encounter a glaring lack of diversity in traditional grief support groups. As I walked into these spaces, I couldn't help but feel out of place amidst groups of non-people of color, women, over 60, both participants and facilitators alike. My personal experiences led me to found my nonprofit organization, The Heart of Miss B Incorporated. Through our nonprofit, we offer an inclusive virtual grief support group called Healing Hearts on Facebook. Additionally, we host monthly Healing Hearts meetups that foster community connection and communication between women with shared life experiences in welcoming locations such as restaurants. These meetups provide a space where women can share experiences and coping strategies over food and conversation, creating a sense of belonging and understanding. The lack of representation was not only disheartening but also profoundly isolating. I longed for a community where I could grieve unapologetically alongside women who shared similar cultural backgrounds and life experiences. It became abundantly clear to me that traditional grief support groups were failing to meet the needs of diverse women under 50, like myself, who were seeking solace and comfort in their grief. Representation matters. In my journey to find healing, I realized that representation matters now more than ever. Black women deserve spaces where they can feel seen, heard, and understood, not as an afterthought, but as an integral part of the grief support community. It's time to create inclusive spaces that honor the diversity of experiences and perspectives within our community. Strategies for encouraging Black women to seek grief support. Foster diversity and inclusion. Proactively recruit diverse facilitators and participants for grief support groups, ensuring representation across age, race, ethnicity, and cultural backgrounds. By prioritizing diversity and inclusion, we can create welcoming spaces where Black women feel valued and supported in their grief journey. Provide culturally competent care. Offer culturally competent care that acknowledges Black women's unique experiences and coping mechanisms. Incorporate culturally relevant practices, rituals, and traditions into grief support programs to create a sense of familiarity and belonging. Empower through shared stories. Highlight the stories and experiences of Black women who have navigated grief and found healing. By amplifying their voices and sharing their journeys, we can inspire others to seek us upward and embrace their grief with courage and resilience. Moving forward with compassion and empowerment. As we strive to break down barriers and create inclusive grief support spaces for Black women, let us remember that representation is not merely a checkbox, it's a fundamental aspect of healing and belonging. By centering the voices and experiences of Black women in our grief support efforts, we can cultivate a culture of empathy, understanding, and solidarity within our community. Together, let's create a future where every Black woman feels empowered to grieve unapologetically and find solace in the company of her sisters. Kenyatta E. Gray writes about grief and loss and founded The Heart of Miss B Incorporated, Flights and Stilettos, and in her Bliss Life Coaching. Gray has designed and released over 20 guided and blank journals for women, teens, and men.